Good evening, everyone. Welcome to WebSpire 2.0, Workshop 1, Building Blocks of the Web Workshop, proudly presented by the IEEE Computer Society, student branch of the IIT. I'm Dilakshan, your moderator for today's event. I'm thrilled to have you all here. Today marks Workshop 1 of our exciting series, where we'll dive into the fundamental of web development. This session will set the stage for the rest of the series by providing you with the essential skills and hands-on experience needed to start your web development journey. As we progress through the workshop, we encourage you to ask questions. Please use the QR code displayed on the screen to submit your queries. These will be addressed during the Q&A session, so don't miss this opportunity to clarify and learn. Now, let's warmly welcome our esteemed speaker, Ms. Hiruni Jayamini, Associate UI/UX Engineer at Virtusa Private Limited. She will discuss the fundamental of web development. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Hiruni Jayamini.
Hi all, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So shall I start now the session?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry?
Yes, ma'am, you can proceed.
Okay. So hi, good afternoon all. My name is Hiruni Jayamini. I'm Associate Engineer at Virtusa. So I have over 3 years of experience as front-end developer specializing in Angular, React, and web development technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So shall I share my screen or I have ready with the presentation?
Yes, ma'am, you
Yes,
can.
ma'am.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So by the end of this session, you will have good understanding of how to structure and style web pages and how to use tools like Visual Studio Code for your developments. So let's begin the session. So first, let me explain what is HTML. So HTML means hypertext markup language. Is standard markup language used to create and structure content on the web. It forms the foundation of web pages and it used to define the structure and layout of a website content. Basically, HTML is used to create structure of the web page. So I'm going to conduct this session theory along with the practical throughout the session. For the practical, you need to install Visual Studio Code. So I will share the link to the chat to download and install the Visual Studio Code. Can I know, is that possible to doing practical along with the theory?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can download and install the Visual Studio Code for the developments using this link. So before that, let me explain a little bit about the Visual Studio Code. What is Visual Studio Code? So Visual Studio Code is free, lightweight, and powerful code editor created by Microsoft. So it's widely used by developers due to its flexibility, ease of use, and support for various programming languages and tools. So now you can download and install this using this link. I will give 2 minutes for download the Visual Studio Code. So it's totally free. This link direct to this interface, and clicking this you can download. So I already downloaded and installed the VS Visual Studio Code. This is Visual Studio Code. After download and install, you can see this. Okay. Before start the practical, let me explain basic structure of the HTML page. So this is the basic structure of the HTML page. Here we have HTML tag, head tag. These are we are calling this. These are tags, HTML tags. So as you can see, there are 4 sections. I will go one by one. Document type and HTML section, then header section and body sections. This is HTML tag, this is head tag and the body tag. These all are tags. So let me explain one by one. So doc type HTML. This means this declaration defines the document type and version of the HTML being used. So we are using HTML5. When doing practical, you can get better idea of that. So it ensures the browser renders the page in standard mode. So next, the HTML element. This is the HTML element. The HTML tag is the root element. of the HTML document. It wraps all the content on the web page. Inside this HTML tag, all the HTML code maintenance happens. So it's typically include attributes to specify the languages of documents. So next, head tag. The head section contains metadata about the document. I will show this all when doing the practical. So head section contains the metadata about the document such as title, character encoding, and link to style sheet and scripts. As you can see inside the head tag, we can have title, then we can have link of style sheet. I will show them later. Then moving to the body tag, the body section contains the visible content of the web page, such as text, links, pictures, all about tables and all. So let's do small practical with me. I think you download and install the Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code interface like this. And first go to Files, New Text File, and save. File name, give the file name as index. And the save as type HTML. And save anywhere you want. So this is standard way to save an HTML file, index.html. So you have to save like this. So first, in this Visual Studio Code, we don't need to type every word. They can suggest us what we are going to type, and then we can enter and do coding. So first type HTML. So this is how tag is open, and this is how tag is closed. So in Visual Studio Code, when we start a tag, it automatically closes the tag. We can use the any text editor, like we can use Notepad also. But if we using Notepad, we have to write every word in like this code editor. We no need to write all the tags and all this. It automatically close these tags. So first step is, as I mentioned, HTML is for structure of the web page. So step one is put HTML tag. Then we have head tag and body tag. Inside the head tag, we can have the page title. Let's do it. Type head. It automatically closes the head tag. Inside the head tag, we can have title. Then give any title. Before running the code, we have to save. You can select the auto save option. Then go to run tab and give run without debugging. You can use any browser. As you can see, this is my first HTML tag. So next, we go into the body section. As I said, the body section contains all the visible content of the web page. Inside this body page, we can have the headings, tables, pictures, all images, links, all. So let's try to do that. Inside the body tag, let's have h1 tag. Now go to the browser and refresh it. You can see hello world. We can have tags to headings h1 to h6. You can try h2, h3, h4. Save and refresh the browser. You can see we can have all the headings. And then for the paragraphs, we are using p tag for the paragraphs. Type anything you want. Save and refresh. You can see this. So I'll give through 2-3 minutes to practice this one. If you have any questions, you can ask. So this is the basic structure of the HTML. Okay, let's move. There are so many tags in the HTML. I explained the headings H1, H2, H3, etc. and paragraph for P4 paragraph tag. And for the links, we can use this. I will show that one also. If you need to add a link, we can use this one. Let me assign a link. Let's use this link. So open this A tag and type inside this A tag href, and inside the quotes you can paste your link that you need to add to your website. Save and refresh. Sorry. You have to assign some text to here. Click here or something. So if we click this one, it directs to this website. If you have any questions, please ask. So next, let's see how to put images to our website, web page. So for add image, you can use image tag. You can use image tag, img. Inside the image tag, type src and give any link of image. Let's see. Give the link to here. It's not working. So we can give link for this and we can give image in our browser. Let's do, okay, let's, first let's download an image. So let me explain how to add image. So inside the image tag, you can type src and enter. Then inside the quotes, you can give the path of where the image has and the finally image name. Likewise, you can add images to your web page. So next, uh, we can have list. Let's see how to add a list for your web page. So let's create a list. For create a list, we can use UL tag and list tag or L tag. Let me explain one by one. So you guys need time, let me know. So let's create a list. For create a list, first tag we use UL. Inside the UL, we can have list tag. Let's do like this. Inside the list tag, we can give a list. Save and see how it looks. So let's list coming like this. So this is how works list tag. And I need to mention this is a this is unordered list. That's why we use UL for this. Now we can have ordered list. How it works, ordered list. Let's create ordered list. For the ordered list, first we use OL tag. Inside the OL tag, then LI tag. Same like the before one. I will copy and paste this. Refresh the browser and you can see ordered list. This is an unordered list. This is an ordered list. This is how we create ordered list and unordered list. So I will give 2-3 minutes to practice this one. If you have any questions, please ask. So there's another tag as break. We can keep a space using the break tag. Like this. Okay, let's move on to the CSS. So let me explain what is CSS. So CSS standard for cascading style sheet. It is a language used to describe how HTML elements should be displayed on a web page. CSS controls the layout and colors, fonts, and overall visual appearance of the web. CSS is basically for the use for style the web page. So HTML used for create the structure of the web page, and CSS used for CSS used for style the web page. So using CSS, we can do styling to the web page, and we can have responsive design. So we can create animations and effects. So there are many more usefulness of CSS. Let me explain types of CSS. We have three main types of CSS: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. I will go one by one. So first, we'll check inline CSS. Inline CSS is written directly inside an HTML element. Use the style attribute. I will show how it works. Remember the name inline CSS. So inline CSS written directly inside the HTML element means inside the HTML tag. So we can add style like this. We can use this style attribute inside the HTML tag. We can write style attribute. Inside the style tag, style attribute, let's say we need to add a color for this text, then we can do color. You can give any color. As you can see, it changed the color. We can change font size. Let's change the font size. We can change the font size. And we can change the font style also. As you can see, we can change any design. This is how inline CSS works. You can practice this. I will give 2-3 minutes for practice. How inline CSS works. CSS means basically CSS using for styling the web page. Okay, that is inline CSS. Next one is internal CSS. Internal CSS written inside a style tag in the head section. So first I will remove the inline CSS first. So internal CSS we are using inside the head section. Inside the head section we can have style tag. Inside the style tags we can do internal CSS. This is how we do internal CSS. So think if we need to change our paragraph color. So how it so give paragraph color for the paragraph. This is how it inside the style tag paragraph represent by P. So we give P and open curly brackets, and inside the curly brackets we are doing styles for the paragraph. Let's check how it appears. So this is our paragraph. So after add CSS for that, how it looks like. So next we need to do some styles for the list. Then we do list. We need to change the font size of the style. Let's check now how. It changed the styles. This is internal CSS.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
we got a question from the Padlet. Is it okay if I ask you right now?
sorry.
There is a question on the Padlet from the students. Is it okay
Okay.
if I ask you those questions right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, one of the question, HTML is not a language, right? I mean, it can't have logic like loops condition. So how we are going to achieve that when it comes to the web page designing?
HTML used for basic, HTML uses for structure the web page. We can't have logic inside the HTML.
Okay, ma'am. There's another question that was asked. Do we need to go through all of these things if we are developing a website? Isn't there any other simple way like drag and drop the components?
Sorry.
Uh, Do we need to go through all of these things if we are developing a website? Isn't there any other simple way like drag and drop the components?
No, in HTML we have to develop the code. We have like like tools WordPress. Using WordPress, like WordPress, you can search about WordPress. WordPress is a drag and drop one for developing web pages.
Sure, ma'am. And there is another request that from one of our students that they have asked you to share the code with code and the note afterwards the
Yeah, sure. I will
presentation.
share
Yeah, thank you so much.
presentation and the codes.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's it, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move on to next topic. So we discuss about inline CSS, internal CSS, and inline CSS and internal CSS. Next, we are going to do external CSS. External CSS is external CSS is written in a separate file with a .css extension. I will show how to do it. Before that, I will comment this one. So I will remove this one first. So how external CSS works? We need to create another file for CSS. This is the standard way for doing CSS. New text file, save it as style, type is style.css. So inside this, you can do your CSS codes. So let's do. This is same as internal CSS. The difference is this is a different file for CSS. Internal CSS we are doing inside the head tag. Let's do an example. If we need to add colors for the paragraph, same like the internal CSS. This is how external CSS happens. Let me refresh the browser. Okay, I'll change the color of the paragraph, but it didn't change. Can you tell why this one is not displaying? Why it's not changed? We created separate style sheet, but we didn't create link for this style sheet. So first we have to create link for this style sheet. This is how link that style sheet to our HTML file. So for that we use link tag. We use link tag. Inside the link tag, type rel style sheet style sheet type text. This is the standard way to link our CSS file to our HTML file. href, you can remember if you need to link something, we use href attribute. Style.css. This is our CSS file name. Now you can see it should be changed the paragraph's color. I will show the CSS. So you can do any style inside the CSS file. Let's say we need to change the H1 heading color. We can do any CSS for this. Likewise, we can change our styles.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
we got a question. Uh, i-
okay.
if we use the all three inline, internal, external CSS in the same
Yeah,
file, how the effect will come?
yeah. Let's check that. Okay. In here, external CSS, we put color brown. Let's see inline CSS. Let's put color blue and let's do internal CSS also. H1 color. Okay, let's see the effect for the H1 tag. So as you can see, it comes inline CSS first. It goes to highest priority for inline CSS, as you can see.
Madam, there is another question.
Yeah.
How can we have three different colors for different headings that are in one size?
Yeah. We can add, then we can use inline CSS. Let's say this one also H1 heading. Let's give another color to this one. Likewise, we can change the color of the same size. If we use external or internal CSS for this won't happen. Let's check that one also. Let's do internal CSS for these two. It gives same color. If you want different colors for same heading, then we need to use inline CSS.
That's all, ma'am.
Okay. So let's check how to create a table inside your HTML web page. So let's check how to create a table. So creating a table, we have to use table tag. First one is table tag. Inside the table tag, we create table rows. This is the first row. and we can have another row in the table. First, we do like tables of 2 rows. So this is for table heading row. Table heading. This is for table details. Table details for TD. As you can see, this is table heading and this is table details. So we can add some styles for the table. Let's use external CSS for that. Table tag. There are so many styles inside this. You can practice later. We can give a border collapse. We can give a margin. Then style for table headings and table details. Table headings, table details. We can give a border. You can change these values and check how it appears. We can align our text. We can add text alignments, center, or left or right, anywhere. Let's give center. Now let's see how it appears. We can give background colors. I will open this code. So this is the HTML code for the table. This is CSS code for table styles. You can try. This is HTML. If you need more rows, you can add more columns. You can try those. So these are the basic things So I covered this one. This one also covered. So you can do practical at home, create index.html file and style file. This is the standard way of creating HTML file and style file, CSS file. Index.html and style.css. So you can create best websites using this one. So I have covered the content, and I recommend W3 school to learn HTML, CSS as you are beginners. So you can use these learning resources as well. I will share this presentation as well. And if you have any question, it's time for ask questions.
Thank you, Ms. Hiruni, for your insightful talk on web development. Now it's time for the Q&A session. We invite you to ask any question that you have for our speaker. Please scan the QR code displayed on the screen to submit your questions. Our speaker is eager to share his insight and answer your queries. Ma'am, the questions are visible on the screen, so if you could answer those questions for the students, it would be good.
Is there a way we can uniquely identify a heading, paragraph, and quote? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay. This is how we can do without inline CSS. We can have so if we have same size of headings or paragraphs or something, we can give a class name. I didn't mention before this one. This is how to uniquely identify these headings separately. So we can give class name head1, head2. Then using this class name, we can do CSS separately. Dot class name. We need to put dot class name. Then give color for it. So likewise, we can uniquely identify the CSS classes. So next question is, what is the next question? Sorry, I can't see the questions.
Ma'am, since your screen is being shared, I think it's not visible. I hope now it's perfect. Ma'am, is the screen is visible for you?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Hello, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
For
Ma'am,
adding,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay. You can proceed.
for adding rows, if you need to add more rows, you can use tr tag. So this is for the first details. We can add more details using tr tag. Inside the tr tag, we can use table details. Likewise, we can add more rows. So can I use multiple types of CSS in single HTML document? Yes. And what are the performance implication of using inline CSS in external CSS? So use CSS classes for reusable styles, and we can use IDs and class names for uniquely identified. So best way for maintain external CSS, it's easy to maintain for us using external CSS file. Uh, Answer for the difference between classes ID and in HTML classes and IDs. So classes we can reuse, and IDs used to identify uniquely an attribute. So answer for Flexbox. So Flexbox we are using to create one-dimensional layouts, either rows, columns. If we need to divide the web page for columns, then we can use Flexbox. So for that, we can use Bootstrap. You can check. There's a framework called Bootstrap. We can use Bootstrap for, so we can use this Bootstrap for do our web page more sorry. So we can use Bootstrap for our web page more responsive. And what is the next question? How many hours of coding does it takes to create standard website, and is there a way to minimize those hours? So it depends with the website you need to create. Yeah. Would you recommend any software that will help us? Yeah, there are many Bootstrap templates for developing website. So we can download and get a template and edit that. Using that basic HTML and CSS knowledge, we can download a template and then we can edit those templates. So I think I answer all the questions.
Thank you all for being so interactive and to our speaker for the insightful answers. We hope this session has provided valuable information and clarity. On behalf of the IEEE Computer Society and all the participants, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Ms. Hiruni Jayamini for sharing their valuable expertise and deep insight into web development. We would also like to express our sincere appreciation to Virtusa for graciously providing us with such an exceptional speaker. This event would have been possible without the support of our partners. We extend our sincere gratitude to our knowledge partners, Support, for their invaluable contribution and collaboration. Thank you for helping us make WebSpire 2.0 a success. Before we conclude, let's capture this moment with a group photo. Could everyone please turn on your cameras for a quick snapshot? It'll only take a moment and will be a great way to remember today's session. We kindly request everyone to turn on your cameras for a quick snapshot. Thank you all for participating in WebSpire 2.0. Your enthusiasm and engagement made this workshop a truly impactful experience. Stay connected, keep innovating, and continue your journey in web development. We look forward to seeing you all at future events. Until then, take care and have a fantastic day. Thank you.